Good morning, my dear students. In the last class, we have discussed about the first part of sound chapter. Now, in this class, we are going to learn some numerical which are based on the first part of sound chapter. So, let's start the numericals one by one. And the first numerical is the human ear can detect a sound in the frequency range 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz and the speed of sound is 330 meter per second. Find the wavelength corresponding to the audible range of frequencies. So look at the problem correctly. What is given in that question? First, they have given the frequency range, that is 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Then they have given the speed of sound 330 meter per second. Then we are going to calculate the wavelength corresponding to the audible range of frequency. So now these are the given data in that question. So what you are going to calculate? The corresponding wavelength for minimum frequency and the maximum frequency. So lambda minimum question mark and lambda maximum question mark. So now how you are going to find out the minimum wavelength and maximum wavelength? By using the relation V is equals to F lambda. By using this relation we can find out the corresponding wavelength for these two frequency ranges. So lambda is equals to V by F. So just look at the relation here. Wavelength and frequency both are inversely proportional to each other. So it means whenever you are going to find out the minimum wavelength, then we have to use the maximum frequency. So lambda minimum is equals to, so what is here? The speed of sound, that is 330 meter per second divided by, so what is the maximum frequency? That is 20 Hz, so 20,000 Hz. So next, the minimum frequency, the minimum wavelength is, so if you calculated the 33 divided by 2000, you will get 16.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. Or you can also write it as lambda minimum is equal to 16.5 millimeter. So why? Because 10 to the power of minus 3 can be stated as millimeter. So this is the minimum wavelength which is corresponding to the 20,000 Hz. Next, find out the maximum frequency, maximum wavelength. Then according to this relation, again we are going to use V by F minimum. So lambda maximum is equals to V is 330 divided by F minimum is 20. So lambda maximum is equals to 330 divided by 20. So 33 divided by 2 means you will get 16.5 meter. So these are the two corresponding wavelength for these two range of frequencies. Okay, now come to the second problem. The diagram below shows displacement time and displacement distance graph of a wave traveling in a string with a velocity 20 meter per second. In each case, use graph to calculate the frequency and the wavelength of a wave. So now look at the wave diagram here. So this is the first one and the second one. So the first wave diagram is related to displacement time graph. Along y-axis a displacement is taken, along x-axis a time is taken. And in the second wave diagram, along y-axis a displacement and along x-axis a wavelength or a distance is taken. And so by using these two wave diagrams, in each case what we are going to find out? In each case, by using of graph, we should calculate the frequency and wavelength. So what is the wavelength of this wave? What is its frequency? And what is the wavelength and frequency of that wave? Which we are going to calculate now. So now calculate the frequency and the wavelength, which is related to the first wave diagram. See, look at the wave diagram correctly. So here it is given along x-axis what we have taken time. So frequency and time period. So both are inversely proportional to each other. So the relationship between time period and frequency is given as f is equals to 1 by t. So what is the time period of this wave diagram? So I think you know that what do you mean by time period? The time taken by the wave to complete one vibration. So this is the mean position of a wave, and from this point a wave is started to travel, and when it reaches this point, one complete vibration is done by that wave. So the time period of the first wave is 0.1 second. So frequency can be calculated by using the relation 1 by t is how much here? 0.1 second. So 1 by 0.1. So that is equal to 10 hertz. So what is the frequency of the first wave? That is 10 hertz. Then what is its wavelength? How you are going to find out the wavelength? V is equal to f into lambda. In the question they already given the velocity of that sound wave, that is v, and frequency now only we calculated, and just we are going to calculate now lambda. So lambda is equal to v by f. So lambda is equal to, what is v? The speed of sound, that is 20 divided by, what is the frequency? We got here 10. So lambda is equal to 20 by 10 means it is 2 meter. So the frequency of the first wave diagram is 10 hertz. The wavelength of the first wave diagram is 2 meter. Now calculate the frequency and wavelength for this second wave diagram. See, it is a displacement time graph, and this one is displacement distance graph. Along x-axis we have taken the distance or wavelength. So here wavelength is nothing but the distance between two consecutive compression or two consecutive rarefaction. So if you consider this is the compression and the next compression is here, the distance between compression to compression is called as wavelength. So directly we can find out by the wave diagram the wavelength here. Wavelength is equals to 2 meter. Why? Because the distance between two compression is 2 meter. So that is the wavelength. Next frequency can be calculated by using v is equals to f into lambda. F is equals to v by lambda. F is equals to, so what is v again here? The speed of sound, that is 20. And what is the wavelength here? 2 meter. So frequency is equals to 20 by 2 means that is again 10 hertz. So this is the wavelength and frequency for the second wave diagram. Okay, let's come to the third numerical. Sound produced on a surface of a lake takes 4.5 seconds to reach a boatman. How much time will it take to reach a diver inside the water at the same distance if the speed of sound in water is 4 times the speed of sound in air? So this is a very interesting question. Look at the problem carefully. Sound produced on a surface of a lake. So just consider a lake. Okay, takes 4.5 seconds to reach a boatman. Just assume so here is a boatman, and and from it at any point a sound is produces. So just assume from this point a sound is produces, and that sound it will take 4.5 seconds to reach the boatman. And next, how much time will it take to reach a diver inside the water at the same distance? So now, how much distance is there between the source and that boatman? So at the diver who is present inside the water is also at the same depth, and then the sound is taking how much time to reach that diver who is present inside the water, and the given speed of sound in water is 4 times the speed of sound in air. Okay. So now ultimately what you are going to find out here, how much time will it take? So you are going to find out the time taken by the sound which reaches the diver who is present inside the water, means that sound is traveling in water. So you are going to find out at how much time it will take to reach that diver who is present at the same depth inside the water. So next we are going to find out T of water is equals to question mark. Then see the question and what are the data are given. See the time taken by the sound to reach the boatman, means the sound is traveling in air medium here. So the time taken by the sound to reach the boatman, that is T of air is equal to 4.5 seconds. So next they given in the question the speed of sound of water is 4 times the speed of sound in air. So that is V of water. Means the speed of sound in water is 4.5 times of V of air. Or we can also write it as V of water divided by V of air is equal to 4.5. So from the relations, V is equals to distance by time, or V of air is equals to T of air. V of air is equals to D by T of air. So from this relation, from this we can also write it as V of water is equal to distance by T of water. See, look at the question carefully. The distance are same in both the cases. So from this relation, so the distance and distance gets cancelled. Or you can also write it as D is equal to V of A into T of A, or distance is equal to V of water into T of water. So in question they are given distance and distance both are same. Both the distances are same. So from this relation, what we are going to calculate, that is the time taken by the sound to reach the diver inside the water, means you are going to find out T of water. So from these relations we can write it as V of air into T of air is equals to V of water into T of water. So ultimately T of water is equals to V of air into T of air divided by V of water. So TW means the time taken by the sound to reach the diver inside the water, that is T of water is equals to, you know already, V of water divided by V of air is equals to 4.5, but here it is in reverse case. V of air divided by V of water. So here you should write 1 by 4.5, because you know the ratio between V of water and V of air, that is 4.5, but here it is in reverse order, so that's why we have to write 1 by 4.5. And what is the time taken by the sound in air? That is 4.5 seconds. So T of water is equal to 4 and 4.5 gets cancelled, and it will take 1 second of time to reach a diver who is present inside the water. Now come to the fourth problem. A boy hears an echo of his own voice from a distant hill after 1 second. The speed of sound in air is 350 meters per second. What is the distance of hill from the boy? So look at the problem correctly. A boy hears an echo of his own voice from a distant hill. So consider this is a hill. A boy is standing at some distance from that hill, and he produces a sound, and he hears an echo of his own voice after 1 second. First he produces a sound. The sound is traveling air medium and strikes to that hill, and it will get reflected and reaches to that boy after 1 second. So what is the time gap here? So time is equals to 1 second. So now that boy is standing at a distance. We don't know that distance. Now mention that distance as d only. The speed of sound in that air. Speed of air is equals to 350 meters per second. And what is the distance between hill from the boy? So now we are going to calculate the distance between the boy and that cliff. So now try to understand the question carefully here. When he produces a sound, first the sound is traveling in air medium and it covers a distance d and strikes to that cliff, and then it will return back and it reaches to the boy once again after 1 second. So while it coming back also, it covers the same distance. Means the total distance traveled by the sound is 2d. So total distance traveled by sound is 2d. So what we have to calculate here? The distance between the boy and cliff. So what is the formula you are going to use here? V is equals to distance by time. So V is equals to, what is the total distance here covered by the sound? That is 2d divided by t. So d is equals to V into t divided by 2. So distance is equals to, what is the speed of sound in here? That is 350 meters per second into time is 1 second divided by 2. So we get distance is equal to 350 divided by 2. Distance is nothing but how much? 350 divided by 2, that is 175 meters. So this is the distance between a boy and a cliff. So let's move on to the next numerical, that is fifth one. A radar is able to detect the reflected waves from an enemy's aeroplane after a time interval of 0.02 milliseconds if the speed of a wave is 3 to 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Calculate the distance of aeroplane from the radar. See, first they given a radar. A radar is a device which is used to find the enemy locations and its range by using an ultrasonic waves or electromagnetic waves. So here in this radar, an electromagnetic waves tend to find the enemy locations and its range. So now they given a radar is able to detect the reflected waves from an enemy's aeroplane. First they send an electromagnetic waves, and those waves gets reflected from an enemy's aeroplane after a time interval of 0.02 millisecond. So time is equals to 0.02 millisecond. So we can write this milli as 10 to the power of minus 3 second. If the velocity of wave is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So V is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Calculate the distance of aeroplane from the radar. Distance is equals to question mark. So here also the sound is traveled two distances. One is from radar to that enemy aeroplane, and one more is while reflecting back from that enemy aeroplane to the radar. So that here the total distance traveled is 2v. Again you are going to find out the distance between aeroplane and radar. So distance, how you are going to calculate? That is v is equals to d by t. So what is the total distance traveled by sound here? 2d. 2d by t, or distance is equals to d into t divided by 2. Distance is equals to v is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 divided by 2 into what is the time? 0.02 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So we can write it as 3 into 10 to the power of 8 into, so this one can be written as 2 into 10 to the power of minus 5. You know how I written this? So 0.02 is nothing but 2 by 100. So 100 can be written as 10 to the power of 2. So 0.02, 2 by 100, or 2 into 10 to the power of 2, or 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. So if I written 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 in place of 0.02, then you will get 2 into 10 to the power of minus 5. Distance is equals to, we are divided by 2. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. 3 into 10 to the power of 8 into 10 to the power of minus 5, you will get 10 to the power of 3 meter. So distance is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 3 meter. So this is the distance between an aeroplane from the radar. So let's come to the sixth numerical. A boy is standing in front of a wall at a distance of 85 meters and produces 2 claps per second. He notices that the sound of his clapping coincides with the echo. The echo is heard only once when a clapping is stopped. Calculate the speed of sound. So just look at the problem correctly. What is given here? A boy is standing in front of a wall at a distance of 85 meters. Just you consider it's a wall and a boy is standing at a distance of 85 meters from that wall, and he produces 2 claps per second. Number of claps produces per second is 2, and to produce only one clap, how much time he has taken? The time taken to produce one clap is equals to 1 by 2. So this time is exactly equals to, for echo to hear clearly. So whatever the time he has taken to produce one clap, it is exactly equal for echo to be heard. So then T is equals to 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.5 second. So next, here the total distance traveled by the sound is 2d, that is 85 into 2, that is 170. Total distance traveled is equals to 2d. Why? Because he is hearing an echo. So 2 into d is 85 meter. So 85 into 2, 170 meter. So this is the total distance traveled. Now, just by using time and distance, we can easily find out the speed of a wave, sound wave. V is equals to distance by time. V is equals to, what is the distance? 170 divided by, what is the time? 0.5. So V is equals to, just you cancel this decimal point, you will get 1700 divided by 5. So 5 1 ja, 5 3 ja 50. So remaining 2 means 5 4 ja 20. One more 0 is remaining. So the speed of a sound is 340 meters per second in air medium. So comes to a very interesting and a little bit confusing question. That is 7.1. A boy stands 60 meters in front of a tall wall and claps. The boy continues to clap every time an echo is heard. Another boy finds that a time taken between the first time 51st clap is 18 seconds. Calculate the speed of sound. See what is given? A boy stands 16 meters in front of a tall wall. So consider it's a tall wall and he is standing at a distance of 60 meters. So that is D is 60 meters between the boy and that tall wall. When he is standing at this distance, he produces a clap. The boy continues to clap every time an echo is heard. Another boy finds that time taken between first time 51st clap is 18 seconds. See what is given? The boy continues to clap every time an echo is heard. First he produces an echo. First he produces first clap. Then after the reflection of sound, he hears an echo. At the time, he produces one more clap. Then, between two successive claps, he hears the one echo. And when he produces third clap, then he hears the second echo. When he produces a fourth clap, he hears a third echo. So, like this, total he produces 51 claps. And when he produces 51 claps, total how many times he heard an echo? That is 50 times. So between the two successive claps, one echo is heard. Between the three claps, two echoes are heard. So like that, total he produces 51 claps. So when he produces 51 claps, he is heard total 50 times echo. So then, when echo is heard, the sound travels two distances. The total distance travelled by sound is 2d. So that is 2 into 60. That is 120 meter. So what is the time taken to produce 51 claps? That is 18 seconds. Then what is the time taken by the sound to produce two successive claps? That is 18 by 50, or that is equals to the time for the echo to be heard. Time for echo to be heard is 18 by 15 seconds. Now you understood why I have written 50 here, because when he produces 51 claps total, he heard a 50 echoes. So that's why time for echo to be heard is 18 by 50 seconds. So then obviously we can find out the speed, that is d is equals to 2d by t, or distance by t here. So distance, so v is equals to, so what is the total distance here? 120